The talk tonight actually grew out from an appraisal I did for Hayner Library a couple of years ago. And in the course of the appraisal, my assistant and I, we made some interesting observations and discoveries about some of the paintings here. And so it was a very complicated and interesting report, so that when the board of the library read the report, they thought these were very interesting things to know about the paintings, because they had been a lot of information that had been lost over the years. So we resurrected all this information together, kind of collated it, and then they asked us to do this presentation tonight. There were lots of exciting discoveries with this project, and the reason being is because the material is so exciting. There's a wide variety of material that we talked about tonight. We talked about 5 paintings, and each of those 5 paintings was so different in very, very important ways. And as a researcher and as an appraiser, I was able to delve into each of these paintings in a very, very deep and unusual way. And we were going through the historical record here in Alton. We were comparing them with different paintings by different artists and different genre. It was a matter of comparing and examining auction records. But there was a lot of information, as I say, that we were able to sort of resurrect and to bring back to light.
Part of what was interesting about this appraisal is that a lot of the information that we found wasn't new to the library, it was just new to us. It was stuff that might have been known 50 or 100 years ago, but by now had just sort of slipped away under other things. And so so you're always rediscovering your own history, I think in all institutions, but especially in one that's been around for this long. The fact that most of them were done by local artists or artists that had some travel through this area, and it clearly meant something to them, and that they were all donated. I mean, all the paintings, we're almost positive that all the paintings were donated, and that there are stories behind who donated them at different times and what their motivation was. It's usually that they wanted the art to stay in Alton, where the inspiration for the art came from in the first place. So both the art and then the story of how the art came here have been important to the local history.
The painting of the Piasa bird, and I believe it's by an artist called Rudolf Friedrich Kurz, and Kurz was a Swiss painter who came to America in the middle of the 19th century, and he left behind a journal, and in his journal he mentioned coming to Alton, and he mentioned the Piasa bird, and he described the Piasa bird in a way that is consistent with the painting of the bird itself. And there are artistic similarities of the painting of the bird and the scenery, the killing of the bird by Watoga and his braves. There are painting similarities between that painting and the illustrations in his journal and in other known works by him. So we might have made a nice little discovery here by attributing this painting to a known European artist.
And some of the pieces, like the Mrs. Rice painting over the fireplace in the turret room, I'd seen a million times, but until we got up on a step stool and took a magnifying glass and actually looked at the buildings and the streets, I had no idea that there was writing on any of the buildings. I didn't realize that there were silhouettes of people in windows and on the steamboats and all of that.
And when you look at this painting, Alton is just this sort of very small, blurry collection of buildings across the river. But when you get up close to this painting, details emerge, and then you can actually examine this painting with a magnifying glass under high magnification. And the rendering of that painting is truly, truly breathtaking. And we actually made a bit of a discovery. An Alton historian came up to me after the talk, and she said that she did not realize that that building was actually called Alton City Mills. But the building in the painting was labeled by the artist Alton City Mills. And that label was probably rendered with a brush with a single bristle. Just amazing. When I was looking at some of these paintings, I knew that I was looking at a very, very fine work of art. It was an unusual work of art. And then the research into it. Who did the painting? When did the painting, when was it done? For whom was it done? Under what circumstances? What was the audience for the painting? Where has the painting been? How did it come to be here at Hayner Library? All of this goes into making a very, very interesting journey. And for me, as an antiques dealer, I write about the subject, I talk about the subject, I sell the subject, I sell these things, I buy and sell them. For me, the most interesting part about it is the research into it.
Some of it is just knowing that you can corroborate stories, like finding an article on one of the steamboats that is in the Mrs. Rice painting, and seeing the dates that the steamboat was in operation, and then knowing that the painting is just smack dab in the middle of those dates. So it brings to life the newspaper article, and it also proves that that was the right time period for the art. It just a lot of pieces fit together in a lot of different mediums, and so I think anything that can add to our understanding of the area is important, and so the artwork does that in a much more visual way than just reading an article.
It was a thrilling project. I was thrilled to be involved with it. I've done lots and lots of appraisals throughout my career and handled lots and lots of material, and this was right up near the top. It was a great project to be involved in.